Thanks, guys, for coming here today for this little funeral. Today we're celebrating the lives of the Carlyles. Carmen, my dear mother, I will miss your pancakes and your ability to get my friends to come over when you wore that bathrobe. Next, my father, the great Pilbus, who taught me that a bowl cut will keep the birds from shitting in my eyes. A great man he was. Last but not least, my dear brother Albin, whose eulogy is in advance because I still need that inheritance. All right, everybody, time to wipe away the tears. We've got places to be. It's episode 30. The mystery continues.
Episode 30. 30, boys.
Holy shit, we made it.
Made it to 30. Did something happen last week? I can't
remember, honestly.
No?
Yeah, it's a whole week. You expect me to remember?
Yeah, I killed your parents in a dream.
Right.
That's what it was.
Are we riffing or are we playing?
Is this banter?
Haven't heard from them in a while. This a confession? Normally it's supposed to come at like 50 minutes in the episode.
Man, oh yeah, get the jokes out now, boys. This is gonna get dark.
Yep.
It's gonna get dark.
It's going to get. Oh no.
Had to leave the one guy alive that I didn't need alive, huh? It was all about that goddamn inheritance, and you left it in his hands.
Hey, at least you're single-minded.
It's true. What happened to Albin Carlyle? We don't really know, do we?
Living the good life.
We don't really know. Did you see any of that? I feel like you definitely didn't see it coming, but how's your week been? So tell me about your week before we make your character cry.
Yeah, I definitely didn't see it coming. That was for sure. You got that right. Man, I've been thinking all week about how to make this super sad, because Merlin's just kind of been like, the punching bag, the comic relief, not really, your sad type. So been trying to think of a way. How would Merlin Carlyle deal with his parents dying?
It's
bottle that shit up and repress it forever.
And sue the shit out of the guy who killed them.
That is true. I have been looking for lawyers this week. That is 100% true.
And before I forget about it, because I have a horrible habit of forgetting things like this, go ahead and take a point of stress, Merlin.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
For very obvious reasons, I feel.
Just got that back. Because your brother lived.
All right. Maybe I should give you 2.
Oh.
That was a fun episode, though, in all honesty. I know it got dark. That was a good one, though. I enjoyed it. I was waiting to drop that bomb on Sobe for a long, long time. I mean, nothing Merlin has told us so far in the story has been, it hasn't been a lie from his perspective, right? Like, Merlin hasn't lied to us.
Yeah, as far as he knew, he just got kicked out of the house.
All right, and nothing, as far as you knew, nothing back home had changed, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But, they've just turned your world upside down, man.
I know.
Flipped it all upside down.
Well, this is the thing, too. You've been kicked out of the house for, 3 years?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, so gosh knows where your brother is. Gosh knows if they're still looking for you. And if no fallout for this has followed you to Chult for the last 3 years. Yeah, there's so much you couldn't have done and just not be prepared for it. And
or maybe they thought that his brother was the Shadowborn because they were looking for just a kid around that age. I want to know so much more. Can we give Merlin another point of stress and just like go back into those visions?
Watch it again. Make sure we didn't miss any details. Watch it again.
Zoom, enhance.
Sorry, I zoned out for a second. Can we just like go over that like three more times?
She's got
Go back to the
instant replay.
part where her neck cracks. I feel like maybe.
So double or
Missed
nothing.
Back and to the left.
It's a very Merlin Carlisle thing to do.
Oh man, I honestly can't wait to find out though how all that affects Merlin in the long run. But honestly, I wasn't just excited to drop that just for the sake of Sobe's reaction. I'm also pretty excited to drop all those lore bombs because I kind of feel like that scene. It's the start of chapter 2, I think. I think after that, if you think back on like episode 1, right? I mean,
Oh yeah.
you guys were on the Blue Dolphin. You guys literally didn't know anything about each other, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that goes for both characters and players. You knew nothing about each other. And at this point, we know a lot about everybody. Everybody at the table has essentially spilled the beans. We know a lot about a lot of people, about everybody.
We're all Dragonborn now.
Right? You're all Venari. Mm-hmm. Not only that, but the Mists gave you guys a lot of new nouns in that scene. The Carlisle family said they gave Merlin their name, that they moved their entire business away from Baldur's Gate to protect Merlin. Those men in black armor had those symbols of a yellow eye wearing a golden crown. What was that? They were referring to Merlin as a Shadowborn child? What's going on there? What else did you learn? Oh, and yeah, in her dying moments, Carmen Carlisle was praying to Ezra. A name that I think we actually have dropped that name before. I think it was Frank when you were asking about Darkon religion when you guys were locked in coffins. You were asking Frank the serial killer, and he dropped this name, but really didn't go into any detail, but now it's come up again. You've got new initials from that letter you got from Adolescent Colin, right? BM, MR. There's a lot of new nouns. So long story short, I feel like chapter 2 has begun, and I cannot wait to see where it goes.
I mean, I'm just glad we're out of chapter 1 because I'm glad we're gone out of Dominia. That asylum was horrifying. I didn't like it. I was so stressful.
I don't know. I also am scared that it's going to be like the Slash cutting off, getting his arm cut off, and us being like, you're going to wish I cut off your arm kind of thing. But, Mark II Electric Boogaloo for whatever we end up. You're going to wish.
You're gonna wish I killed your parents.
You're going to wish we were still in Dominia.
Maybe so.
I agree. Yeah, I feel like the worst is yet to come.
Maybe we will go back to Dominia. Like I said, when we get to the end of this travel time, we vote in secret. Maybe there's treachery. Maybe there's treachery in the ranks. Maybe everyone but you wants to go back to Dominia, Colin. Maybe that's what's going on here.
Oh, well, I don't want to rock the boat or anything. I'll vote for Dominia then too. Okay. Don't worry, guys.
You never know. You never know where we're going to end up. It's the beauty of the Mists. There's always going to be a little bit of mystery.
I think we've done that one before.
Yeah, he did that one last week.
Yeah, so doesn't mean I can't still enjoy it.
Fair.
It's true. We're still going strong. Pretty sure it's been in the last 3 episode titles too. But hey, let's move on.
It's the first What the Fumble drinking game.
Yeah, no doubt. Let's get to this. The Mists have just finished showing Merlin the day he got kicked out of the house. But they did it from the perspective of his parents. You, Merlin, just witnessed your father and mother get murdered by a strange black-robed creature. Pointed ears, yellowed fingernails, a slightly grayish tint to its skin. And after showing you this brutal scene, the crystal ball just fills back up with mists, and there's this moment of silence as you and everyone else try to process what you've just seen. And it's eventually Madame Lasenia that breaks the silence. And she says, "As I have said, Rafa and I are sworn to never speak of the secrets that have been revealed in this hut. The knowledge gained here today is safe with us. The mists have shown you what they desired to show you. I am sorry for your loss, Merlin Carlyle."
So help me God, lady, but that can't be true. The crystal ball lied, right? There's no way that's true. Why would the mist show me that?
She kind of shrugs. "The mists have shown you what they desired to show you. It would not be helpful for me to make assumptions or guess at the meaning of what you just saw. But I am sorry, and a deal is still a deal. I shall heal whoever you desire."
No. It can't be. It can't be true. Did you guys see it? Did you guys see what I just saw?
We did, yeah? Like everyone saw that.
100% everyone was in the room. She even asked him beforehand. It was like, "Do you want them out of the room before I show you?" And he wanted all of you to see, and you all saw.
In response, Tess is she comes up behind Merlin and just hugs him.
Lenara gets in on this group hug.
Merlin just kind of he kind of slumps down. You're almost like have to hold him up with your hug because he's so in shock and in disbelief. He has yet to grasp what really he just saw, and he's at a loss for words.
Slash narrows his eyes at the crystal ball and turns to Merlin and says, "I take little stock in what supernatural forces are at play here. They have been little more than deceptive from the beginning. Whether or not you believe it to be true is upon yourself. However, I take little stock in things that consider themselves divine."
Yeah, there's just no way. There's no way. My brother is still alive somehow, and my mom praying and saying all kinds of strange stuff. Like she knew that I was gonna be here and praying that I'd go through the mists. Just everything. Just none of it makes sense. Me being a Shadowborn? What does that even mean? I don't know what that even means. And I'm adopted? If anyone's adopted, it's Albin. That's what I always thought. But
you do have the family hair.
Yeah, we all found out that the entire Carlisle clan sports that do.
Missed opportunity to have his mother have that haircut too.
Yeah, and they did it out of love. It's not even genetic. Oh my god. Well, Merlin just looks over to Lenara, half open gaze. You're the one who can get us out. I know, if you're only at half of your power at the moment. I believe you can save us. And he looks back over to the lady that had showed me the vision, and I point back to Lenara. Heal her.
Am I the best option?
Yeah, I don't see it any other way. I think you're our best bet. You have the most to gain, and Merlin looks over at Van Richten. I feel like he's too far gone, and after all, you're his protege. Do him proud.
Van Richten will require more healing than is currently available to us. I think that much is obvious.
Lenara sort of swallows hard, looks at Van Richten and wants to see him get better, and possibly the other part of her, the little voice in the back of her head, the more pragmatic side, sort of whispers to her, perhaps we should be whole again. And she just quietly nods.
Lenara.
Yeah, it's gonna be Lenara.
That's a smart pick.
Yeah.
It's a smart pick. I wasn't sure which direction you guys would go. If I had to have put money on it, I actually would have probably put my money on Lustra. Lenara is a good choice, though, I think. none of them are bad options. Just but I feel like those were the two, or Van Richten. But Lustra's is pretty fucking bad too. We didn't realize it till that last fight, but when you roll a 10 or lower, it essentially puts you out of the fight. You might as well not have been there.
Yeah.
You're just hugging my horrible, horrible creature.
No, they're cute. Shut up. I'm so lonely.
Whoa, hold on, man.
Hang on.
Reel it back.
Yeah, he's going to get us killed for sure. But
Yeah, but I effectively have to roll basically a divine intervention for that to work. Like
It's
mechanically.
10 or lower. Yeah, of all the fights we've done since you've had it, it's only kicked in once.
Yeah.
But we've now seen how bad it is when it does kick in. But Lennara's a pretty good choice. A pretty good choice. Oh, Adam, you're about to have a character sheet. Like a full one.
What do you? Oh, okay. I was about to say.
Full, you know what I mean.
I have 3 of them in front of me right now.
Get the super glue. Just get them all together.
Does that mean all of his stress is going to be all back on one character sheet?
I only have 1 total anyway.
Ah, okay.
But indeed, if that is who you choose to heal, Madame Lysenia will nod, so be it. And Rafa, you notice throughout the healing process, they kind of like sit Lennara down, and you notice that Madame Lysenia and Rafa seem to have an even stronger bond than you expected the two to have. It's Rafa that prepares the components of the spell, the mute Rafa, and he takes care of all the somatic, but it's Madame Lysenia who speaks the verbal parts of the spell. They cast it together. And with their magic, cure Lennara, which has got to be, and that's got to be a weird ass feeling. A really, really weird feeling. To the point that I think I'm going to make you roll a wisdom saving throw.
Okey-dokey.
Psych, you get another madness.
I don't have proficiency on either character. That's fine. Flat 17.
You're good to go. You're good to go. After all, it's not the first time your psyche's been intact, so it's not that, it's not disorienting for very long, I suppose. But congratulations. You just made it through, shit, man, like 16, 17, somewhere between 15 and 20 episodes of a broken character.
Yeah.
Mini round of applause for Adam, I think.
Oh, thank you.
Good
Just
job.
thinking.
you're welcome.
Could have, thank you. Flaming Hands would have been great in the wolf fight. Didn't have that. Luckily, I still had healing.
Well, Lennara's back intact. Yeah, I really do think that's a good choice. A very good choice. How's she feeling? Does she say anything? Also, while, I'm sure Merlin's probably taking a minute or two to process, if anyone else has anything they'd like to say to the people in the hut. What's going on? What's everyone do? What's everyone saying?
Oh, man. That's so much happening all at once.
Slash is definitely very curious and somewhat, almost frustrated at Madame Lysenia. He asks, are these mists sentient? Do they possess some kind of reasoning, some kind of motive? Clearly they must if they desire to show us things.
She nods. Yes, I assume they do. What their motives are, I do not know. But yeah, she's in the same... She doesn't disagree with you. Yeah, they do seem to have a motive, a purpose.
I mean, for someone to be the vessel of something's will, that thing has to have a will.
Slash takes pause at that sentiment. Looks back to Madame Lysenia. I will be direct. Have these mists ever asked you to kill someone?
As I have promised all of you, the secrets that have been spoken in this hut, I shall never speak of again.
Oh, you cagey bitch.
If such a thing had been discussed here, my oath would not allow me to repeat it.
Merlin, slams his weapon on the ground and turns and looks at the Madame Lysenia. You must show me more. I won't leave here until I know what happened to my brother. I can't just walk out of here not knowing. Show me now.
She will once again open that little drawer that you originally put a drop of blood into. Says, we can try again if you desire.
Merlin shakes his head. I must know.
Kind of pricks your finger with the needle again. Puts a drop of blood in the drawer. It hisses, smokes. She closes the drawer and waits and waits. And the mists don't go away. Shrugs. I am sorry. They have showed you what they have desired to show you. It would seem they have nothing left to say.
I feel like Lustra this entire time has just been mulling over all the new nouns we've heard, and mainly Shadowborn being one, and maybe back home with him. Has he heard of any of the stories of oh yeah, this time I killed this weird elemental thing, and then maybe somewhere in the stories Shadowborn was in the lexicon? Maybe would Lustra have heard of anything like that possibly?
Shadowborn?
Yeah.
Why don't you make a history check?
That's a 9, so no.
No.
Can Lenara do the same, since she's there's a whole lot of stuff flushing back into her head?
Why don't you take it from an insight approach this time? I don't like just doing the same thing.
I'll make a history check too.
15.
With a 15, I know you've never heard the name. None of you have heard the term Shadowborn before. But that is not, you kind of think back to the vision you just saw, and you're fairly confident it's a name. It's not a thing, it's a name.
Okay, so not a title,
It sounded like maybe a family name.
Oh. I can't wait to fight a whole family of evil NPCs, all with bowl cuts.
That symbol we saw in the vision of the eye and the crown, is that something Slash might have recognized in his studies of various humans?
Probably not. You can try a history on that, but unfortunately I have to make the DC really high here because I really can't imagine how you would have seen this.
Yeah, that's a no. That's a 5.
Yeah, not enough.
When the mists refuse to speak to Merlin again, Tess wants to, unless Merlin's pulled away, she is not broken contact. And she says to him, I don't know why these mists wanted you to know this, but your mother seemed to have a connection with them. It seemed like they were important to her. Maybe these mists are still protecting you through her will.
No.
Or perhaps
no.
these myths are doing what they have done since the beginning and simply being nothing but deceptive. We have no way of verifying any of this.
Well, that seems like a lot of projection, Salash, if you'll allow me to project as well.
These mists have been nothing but trouble, and I refuse to believe my mother had anything to do with them. I just can't believe it. She was a good woman. Why would she ever mess around with evil things like this? I don't feel protected by these mists. No one, they wouldn't wish this on me.
Are the mists themselves necessarily evil? They are made to contain evil. Is it like a river itself? People drown, people get lost in it, swept away by it. Do you think the water is evil for just existing? It has not unlike a mind of its own. It flows the way it wants, and if you get caught in it, you get dragged away by it.
Why would she let me get swept up? She knew. You guys heard her. She was praying for me before it even happened.
She was praying for your safety.
Yeah.
Just praying for you to get to that boat
There were reasons.
before these jerks found you.
How would she know? How would she know that? It just doesn't make any sense.
Well, the time difference as well. It was several years when this happened. You were saying this was the day you left. You left Fort Chult about 3 years ago, and now is when you get swept into the mists.
I'm just so confused. That's why I just can't believe it.
Well, as terrible of revelation as this is, we now see your connection to all of this. Mine is comatose over there in a fever. Yours was Simon, Tess, Lustra, your father.
Everyone looks at Salash.
That's it. Salash, I'm curious your connection to where we are, especially given your ire for the divine and apparently the mists themselves.
Slash sort of, furrows a non-existent eyebrow. I have little stock for things that hold power over creation. The important thing that we have is what we ourselves can control, that we are always progressing into something larger than ourselves. I don't know why I am here. All I seek is knowledge, finding ways to better understand myself, to become something more than I am.
For someone who says he seeks knowledge a lot, you certainly do say you don't know something a lot. That seems like a cop-out to me.
Well, that means he has thus so much more knowledge to seek.
Well, fair, that's...
It's a never-ending journey.
Salash, I know we're kind of stuck with each other until the end of this, but if that talking tramp stamp knows what happened to my parents, I swear to God, I'm going to rip the ink out of your skin.
It's not that I don't have some kind of compassion for you, Merlin. Although I might struggle with it, I certainly can agree with you. And in fact, I agree with your statement that you don't agree with these mists and what they tell you. I'm of the same mind. And I encourage you a bit more of a pragmatic and logical approach, that we have no way to verify the veracity of these statements given before us. They were mists inside of a globe, nothing more. You have control over yourself. You have the control to change how you think and how you feel on this subject. I suggest you exercise that control.
Did you just tell him to get over it? Looks like you've been listening to your tattoo.
Zero shame.
Ouch.
But he is right. It really is up to me, and that means I have to find Albin. I have to find him to know if what I saw was the truth. It's the only way. Otherwise, I'm just gonna keep wondering. I have to find Albin. I have to get back to water deep, I think. Or home. I don't know. I don't even know where to go, but I have to find Albin. Wherever those guys took him, I need to find them too.
They were connected to the mists as well. Maybe. I mean, if your parents were connected to them, and I can't imagine where some Shadowborn would come from other than this strange place.
Maybe you're right. They could all just be here or waiting on the other side.
But at least now you know. They never hated you. They were never disappointed. I hope at least you can know that from this. They loved you.
It's too much. It's too much, and I just need to find out what happened. It's the only way I'm gonna be able to swallow this pill. We should leave. And Merlin gets up solemnly and begins for the door, or the beads, I guess.
Through the beads.
Through the college dorm entrance we go.
Absolutely. That's definitely what I was going for. Merlin makes his way out of this hut. Do the rest follow?
It's hard to make a somber procession when it's like...
That's it. I'm out of here. How do I slam these?
But yeah, I'm definitely going to follow Merlin.
Lennar will turn to Madame Licinia and go, Madam, is your island here a waypoint in the mists, a sanctuary, or like everything else, you float nebulously through them?
She just smiles and kind of gestures towards Rafa. Rafa and I are Vistani.
I fucking knew it.
Many of our people are fortune tellers, seers, while others are traders, entertainers. We are a colorful people with many different bloodlines. Like many other people, some of us are good, some of us are bad. But we all share a nomadic nature. We Vistani do not like to spend too much time in one place or call anywhere home. I go where the mists take me.
Will you be here for, I don't know, mechanically an hour to 8 hours by chance?
As if you leave, I wish you safe travels, and perhaps the mists will see it fit for us to meet again, perhaps in an hour, perhaps in 8, perhaps never.
What if we stay here and take a rest?
That would be very awkward.
It's a very polite way of saying, get the fuck out of my house.
That would be awkward.
Makes me want to stay more.
This is a very small hut.
We don't have enough tea and, like, we didn't prepare snacks.
We're like those people at the end of the party who won't leave.
Gonna make Merlin sadly walk through the beads again, like... Okay, I guess I'm tired.
We could stay on the shore or something like that.
It's a very small island. I noticed you had a boat.
Oh, what's that, mists? Ooh.
The mists are speaking to me. They say you must leave now in your boat.
And Slash says, and I'm sure like everything else, that's bullshit.
There must be no short rests on this island. They have spoken and I have listened.
Thank her for her hospitality.
Lustra will pipe up though before we go. Yeah, we're gonna do this whole like Canadian goodbye or whatever, where it's just like you're saying goodbye forever at the front porch for like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Will that leave us time for a short rest? Let's try
Probably.
Lustra will look at Madame Licinia and say, "Look, we're very new to traveling the mists, not even fully sure how. I'm apparently somehow attuned to it myself. I'm learning how to deal with that. It seems like you're very good at this, and to my understanding, to go from realm to realm, you need a token, a mist talisman. And it seems like one may happen to lead to a particular different realm of domain of dread. Is there one that leads back to the realm of Faerun, the material plane? Was there any idea of how to identify a talisman such as that? I would imagine you're probably very astute at identifying those talismans, being a traveler."
She shakes her head. I have no use for such things. I go where the mists take me. However, the mists have whispered and I have listened. They say you already possess numerous talismans.
Yeah, we do. I just thought that, you might have some insight as to which one goes where. I
do not. I do not.
Well, I certainly appreciate the hospitality and just everything you've done for us. But I think I'm going to go tend to the rest of my friends here and help out those in need.
Slash holds you for a moment.
Oh, he holds you?
Like stops you for a moment from leaving. If you wish to convince us of this mist's desire to know us, then surely a token or evidence of their power through something as simple as labeling a token in the mists would be sufficient. I don't believe for one moment that anything we have seen in these mists or anything that you have said to be true. And if the mists desire us to know something, then surely a demonstration of their truthfulness through labeling of a token and seeing where it takes us would be evidence enough to its truth and veracity. Is that something you can do for us?
Kind of pauses and like is looking around in the air as she's listening to the whispers of the mists. She shrugs. Says, I do not know where your 3 mist talismans lead.
What?
3.
Interesting. Okay.
What's the other one?
Slash groans. He just sort of, shakes his head wordlessly and heads for the beads.
Yep. Blustra, thanks again, and heads for the beads.
Another thank you. Another goodbye.
Yeah.
Tess pokes her head back in. Thank you, goodbye.
Lenara comes back. Do you need any help cleaning up? No. Okay. All right.
The mists say I have work in the morning.
Are you all still here? So you guys are all leaving my hut, my fun hut?
Yeah, it's fun.
Leaving my fun hut? That's what I'm calling it.
Oh, man.
I had fun in there. You leave Madame Lisenya's hut with some new info, it sounds like.
And a fixed Lenara, for the most part.
Fixed Lenara.
And a broken Merlin.
Broken Merlin. And 3 mist talismans, apparently.
Yeah.
I'm freaking out. All right, quick. Put your rosary in the bag of holding right now. Figuring this out.
No, and I can't do that. Gotta wait for another day to pass.
Well, I mean, we could just pre-put it in the bag of holding. I'm sure
No,
it'll be
we're
fine.
not.
Have you told us that? Because we were outside. About the 3rd mist talisman. Are you keeping that to yourself?
Oh no, I'm telling everybody that.
I mean, it's a small island. She said it herself.
Those beads are soundproof. Come on.
The secrets must not leave this tent with an open door.
We can hear you.
Have you gotten on your boat?
Oh, shit. She can hear us. Let's go.
I can still hear you out there.
Love her so much.
Slash goes to comfort Merlin. Don't worry. Whatever she said is bullshit.
The mists tell me that what you say is in fact bullshit.
Does Merlin believe it?
I think he leaves the hut unsure, but he believes it enough that he has to go find out. Like he needs to find out what happened to his family.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's unsure if the details are all correct, but he's super worried.
Schrodinger's brother.
Did you mark the stress on your character sheet?
Yeah, I'm 2 stressed now. Holy
You're at 2
shit.
now?
Yeah.
Oh, welcome to the 2 Stress Club.
Oh, this sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, I've only been here forever.
Right? Yeah. So helping Merlin next, right? That's dibs on the next diamond packet.
Yes. I feel whole again. So I will return the favor and learn more towards getting rid of these nagging injuries. Speaking of which, other things, she immediately prestidigitates and mends any of her broken or soiled clothes and offers the same thing to everybody else, starting with Lustra's boots.
Yes.
Oh, you get a nice little cleanup on the booties.
That's it. Been days since I felt clean.
Mending back on the table. Prestidigitation. I thought you kept that one, but I guess not, eh? That was stiletto as well.
That was stiletto, yeah.
We never got to see just stiletto.
No.
Never got to see it.
I'm a little sad about that.
Yeah.
Maybe,
I wonder if Stiletto and Slash would have got along.
No. She would have probably stabbed you.
Definitive no.
Definitive
You got
no.
a quick, hard no there, Miles.
She would have called you out on a lot of your bullshit.
Well, Linara, you have so many extra clothes. You should put them back on and definitely change into that persona. For no reason. I don't want to see you stab him. Don't worry about it.
Well, I was gonna play it like id, ego, superego kind of thing, and so those thoughts are still there. They're just under control for the moment.
Yeah, no doubt. And look, I don't think you guys should put Dominia completely just out of the question. It's not completely out of the question, guys.
There's still the whole second floor of the asylum to search.
Right?
I want to go back, but like how you go back in an RPG where you're super over leveled and you're just I want to win that volleyball tournament. Is
Oh
what I
man,
want.
yeah, no, we need a volleyball tournament arc is what we need.
That's it.
Well, I'm just going to casually mention to the group. So when I was talking with her, with Licinia, while you guys were out here, we have 3 mist talismans. I thought we only had 2.
Did she say we or you?
Me, I guess.
Well,
I'm like, we've got the one with the urn. We've got the one on my rosary. I'm not sure what this third one is.
when you can do your glow party again, one of us just takes the rosary and the necklace in one of their hands, stands at the outside of a circle.
Yeah. And see if it's on my person or something. I have no idea what this is. And we won't know until we get to somewhere maybe safer. And I can't exactly, I'm kind of tapped out for that for the day. But I thought that we should all know that apparently we have 3 realms available to us. One is definitely Darkon. I have no idea about the other 2, though.
That is one thing that has bothered me. Your father told you nothing about the mists. He did not want you to know about them.
And the
But
thing
then
is,
why would he give you something connected to them?
your guess is as good as mine.
Insurance.
What do you mean by that? That could have been what connected the mists to bring us here in the first place.
There is a whole lot that could have been. It could have been the Shadowborn Merlin. It could have been Simon. It could have been a very mouthy tramp stamp.
Solach goes, yes, that Madame Lucentia is definitely a frustration.
It is all conjecture until we find what did.
All I know is that I think Darkon is our point of destination right now.
And that's it. Whatever brought us into the mists, if the talisman is Dominia, that might have directed us to it. You might not be wrong in that being a terrible thing for a father to give to you, but perhaps he thought it was one of the easier ones to escape.
There's a lot he's not told me or even the clan. So I have a lot of questions for him. I'm kind of angry at him for it, and something that would be only brought with praise. And, we would revel in the glory of something like that. Like, it's impressive for any Dragonborn to have such feats. So the fact that he's willing to hold on to this, tell nobody about it, then shove his own goddamn son into it. I've got words, and if I knew, I would tell you. I would tell all of you, but I genuinely don't know.
Just because you don't want your kid to get lost in the woods doesn't mean you're not going to give him a whistle if he gets lost himself.
It's a pretty fucking good analogy. Take an inspiration.
Boom.
So in that regard, we need to go look at the next step. I know we're kind of in a spot here. I think we've overstayed our welcome on this island. Let's hop on that boat.
Oh, you haven't hopped on the boat yet.
I think I hear them making out. How does he do it without a tongue?
Skillfully.
And we need to head to Darkon, or, I'm kind of lost at where we're going now myself. Are we going to Darkon?
Oh no, there's an or in the sentence now. Oh no.
Like,
Still Darkon. It is the largest of the domains of dread. Even Frank said there were cities there.
you know what? And chances are, if my father got taken by the mist, if we might as well start with the biggest realm. So yeah, Darkon for sure. No, it's a lot to take in. Yeah, Darkon makes the most sense.
This is Van Richten's home. Maybe if he is there, that is a place where he could become whole again in a place of familiarity.
Perhaps. And if anything, it means we can actually stock up on supplies as opposed to steal what we can from a larder.
Speaking of, did they have any snacks in that house? No? Let's get on the boat.
Let's get on the boat.
Darkon. Who has the note and the drawn pictures of us?
That would have been Slash.
Lenara is going to ask you for the one of hers, and assuming you give it to her,
Freely gives it.
Going to look at how she's all geared up, how she looks, and then she takes a dagger to her hair, cuts it, and styles it differently.
Oh.
Going full Mulan here.
Yeah, get a little side, shave going on, and
For what it's worth, the sketch would probably be like a Lenara representation, I would imagine, like of the...
oh yeah,
Because when the sketch was drawn, you were in full-blown split. I'm Lenara, only Lenara mode, right? Probably.
Yeah.
So for what that's worth. But yeah, that's a great idea. I love that flavor.
just try and differentiate herself as much as possible.
Yeah.
Change the way she styles her hair and how she wears her clothes.
Merlin, how you doing, man?
Better days. Not doing too hot. He's damn near like just still shaking over what he just heard. He's so like confused as to what happened. He's really not sure to believe it. It's like 50-50. Like my parents could be dead. Maybe it could all be a lie. But either way, he's gonna have to find out, which means he's gonna have to stick around in the mist a little longer and see it through.
Wait, Merlin's following through on something?
True, I just can't.
Character development.
As much as I'd like to just go back to Chult and beat the shit out of a homeless guy, I gotta find out what happened to my parents.
From the sounds of it, there's lots of homeless guys in Darkon.
Right, I could get my fix still.
Great little backstory. I love all these characters a lot. Good bunch of characters. It's all starting to... Well, I was going to say it's all starting to make sense, but it's not. But it's starting to get slowly pieced together. Chapter 2. Chapter 2 is officially underway, I think.
Oh, baby.
So you get back on the boat, and you keep traveling through these grayish, foggy mists. You guys remember, before you hit the hut, I had determined how many hours of travel time it would take for you to essentially end the journey. And there's still some left to go. There's still at least an hour left. So what I'm about to do here, I've got a D20 in my hands. I'm going to roll it to see if anything happens.
Oh, man.
Any side bets?
I'm betting that a bunch of upside down dolphins are gonna like jump over the boat and it's gonna be majestic.
Huh.
Did you roll it? Oh,
No, unfortunately not. Unfortunately not. An hour goes by. Everything's perfectly fine. Perfectly fine.
wonderful.
You enter into a second hour of travel. I'm going to do this again. I'm going to do this every hour till I get what I want.
During that second hour, Tess would like to sort of like sit on the oar next to Merlin, and look over to him and ask, I know that it's very recent and are you doing okay?
Merlin, who looks like he's aged like 50 years in a few hours, or at least that's how he feels anyway, looks back over to Tess and just tries to be, he wants to be snarky, but he just doesn't have the energy. No, not really, Tess. Not really okay.
That was a lot. If there's anything you need, I don't know what kind of... Honestly, we've been traveling together for barely a week, but if there's anything you need, you can come to me. You know that, right?
Yeah, and well, to be honest, Tess, I think we need each other more than ever now. Honestly, all I really wanted since we got together was to just leave. It's all I wanted to do was just to go back to what I was doing and get a nice job and just go back to my parents eventually and fulfill whatever they wanted. But that's all gone now. I don't have that anymore. There's nothing waiting for me anymore. Nothing to go back to. So I need you to help me figure this all out, because this is all now bigger than all of us. And if I'm going to find out what happened to my parents in Albin, then I'm going to need you.
As twisted as it is, I think now you have something to move towards. You've been talking about going back to the way things were. And I can't explain it, but ever since we've known each other, I've looked at you and I've had a feeling that you are destined for something more than following in your father's footsteps and running a business. You have power, Merlin. No, I'm serious.
Oh, Tess, we've only known each other for a short time, and that's why you say that. If you would have known me before all this, you'd have a different idea.
We'll put it a different way then. When it comes to identity and when it comes to happiness and all that stuff and value in life, that comes from a purpose. It's not all based on family. I know Rich coming from me, bloodline this, we're all Venari that. But the thing is that it's only as strong as the purposes we fulfill within ourselves. And you have a purpose now. Or at least an objective, a goal. And the thing is that that's what makes you a stronger person, is being able to chase towards those almost single-mindedly, not to close yourself off, but purpose creates strength. And that's what I was taught, at least, right? When it comes to my clan and stuff, it's, help strengthen the realms as a purpose, as a whole. When it comes to certain people within it, they have the role of going out and doing that. I happen to be one of those guys. Some might be, I'm a seamstress. Some might be, I just forage and cook. But in that purpose, they find value. And that has nothing to do with family. It has to do with what they choose to do. You have choice in this. You have agency in this. And just recognize that it's not all about your family this and family that.
For once, even I agree.
Well, this just seems a little too much for what I can handle on my own. At the end of the day, I still have to find out what happened. I have to find out if what I saw was true, what we saw was true. And I there's no way I can figure it out on my own, parsing different planes of existence and putting together what it all means. It's just way above what I can figure out. So promise me that you'll help me figure it out. It's all I want. And I ask humbly because it's been very rough so far, and maybe I haven't acted as like the best, person on the team.
You don't even have to ask me. You've got my bow.
And my bone saw?
And my hocus pocus.
And my shit talking.
Believe in the we that believes in you.
It's an improvement. It's an improvement to your last inspirational speech. You've gone from me to we. That's good.
Hey, development.
Yeah, no doubt.
He means him and
Oh,
Just
never
him and Galad. It's like,
Never mind.
yeah.
No, he would have gestured to everybody.
Hour 2 goes by without any surprises.
Oh, jeez.
Oh,
Hour
Wednesday.
2 did make me switch dies, though. I am not a fan of whatever. That D20 I was rolling was not getting it done. No. It was not getting it done.
I'd say go back to that one.
So I've switched.
Please tell me it's not that red die.
Oh,
That's
boy.
what it was originally, but I've switched over.
Okay, so
Switching
it's only
over.
bad for combat. Okay.
When's the shoe gonna drop?
Another hour goes by. Goes by without any issues. But at the end of it, I need Looster to roll me a D100. A D100.
Has the bagman cometh?
Okay, well, here comes the D100.
Tie your bag up double tight.
Shut up!
Or else.
That's 99. No?
That's 69.
Oh, 69. My mistake.
Nice.
69.
It's the
69.
nice number.
Yep.
Man. Oh, man. Well, that sucks.
That's totally the number I would have said out of 100, so I feel a lot better.
Here we go again. You guys still try. It's not over yet. It's not over yet. I rolled a big number. I rolled a big old travel time number.
Great.
This is what, the fourth time I've rolled tonight? Yeah, so we're into hour number 4 since you've left Madame Lasenia's hut. You're on your boat, just floating along, and then all of a sudden you hear a thud on the bottom of the boat. Big old doof.
Oh no.
And then another one. And another one.
Please tell me it's the dolphins.
It's not dolphins. Shit. But you do see a big ol'... Actually, it's not that big. There's just a lot of them. Skeletons, boys. They're climbing all over the sides of the boat. They're coming on in. A whole bunch of skeletons. Let me find out how many.
Oh no.
Oh, that's a lot of skellies. There's a whole lot of skellies coming.
Oh, they're Pirates of the Caribbean-ing it.
You see at least a dozen skeletal hands like burst out of the water all around the boat. They grasp onto the sides of the boat. They're pulling themselves up. Let's roll some initiative, boys.
Oh boy!
Some initiative.
With a fully powered Lunara, this should be okay, right?
Piece of cake.
I blew a lot of my spells in that last battle because somebody had to keep you alive and do damage.
You know what? I think after that whole Merlin backstory, it'll feel nice to punch something.
Yeah.
See, I feel like I'm also going to be towards the bottom of initiative, and there's going to be a lot of misses on my end too with this new stress.
I mean, you still have what, +3 to hit?
Yeah, with Frank's dagger, and then +2 on everything else. Wait, that's not true.
No, you beat 4 with Frank's dagger. And then
Right? Yeah. Yeah. No, it's +5 normally for everything else, and then +6 with Frank's dagger. Yeah. So with the stress, it'd be +4, and then +3 for everything else. Yeah.
Roll in the initiative. Oh, I have a lot of skellies to roll, boys. I have a lot of skellies to roll. 20 or higher from you guys. Who got the 20 or higher? 20 or higher going once. Uh-oh. 15 or higher. Oh. Wait, what's that? A whole bunch of skeletons got 15 or higher? Okay, let me put them in the order. 10 or higher, 10 or higher.
12.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
Booster got a 10.
A 10 and a 12? Anyone else? Anyone else?
Holy shit.
Oh, is that a bunch more skeletons I hear between 10 and 15? Okay, I'll get those in there right quick. Give me a sec. 5 or higher?
8.
Okay.
Merlin also got an 8.
Who's got the higher decks?
I've got 2 decks.
We've
plus
been
2.
over this. You guys are Dex twins. Like
Right,
all of
right.
you are Dex twins except me.
Who's going first?
I think Merlin's got some pent up rage to get out. So if Merlin wants to go first, he can go first.
Actually, you guys you have 2?
Yeah.
Fuck, how do you determine it if we all have 2, including my skellies? What the fuck do I do?
Probably roll off.
I think we just roll off, yeah.
Okay.
We're rolling again, because a whole bunch of skellies decided to get an 8 as well.
Well,
There's a
damn.
lot of skellies coming.
So what? Just a D20?
Yeah, just whoever's highest on the D20 goes first.
That's an 8.
I got a 19.
So it's going to be Merlin, Skelly, Slash.
2 skeletons got an 8? Well, I mean, that's kind of cool, but also,
Nice.
I hate it. Let's kill those ones first.
All right, that was 5 or higher. Oh, what's that? There's another skeleton in this group. Whoa, hold on a second.
That's so many.
Who's left?
Hi, my name's Tess. I don't roll higher than a 2 for initiative.
What'd you get?
4.
So did a bunch of skeletons. I have so many skeletons. I'm going to get you with my skeletons.
But at least I have 16 dex, so hopefully I'm faster than a skelly man.
You've got, what's your plus?
+3.
You good.
Well, that's the one thing I get on initiative.
Wow. What a mess of an initiative order. I should have group rolled. I don't like group rolling though, and it feels cheesy when it gets to my turn because I get to attack you so many times at once. I don't like group rolling. Anyway.
Well, thank you for that.
Yeah, well, don't thank me quite yet, because here comes some skeletons. They're crawling, you see, at least like well over a dozen skeletal hands clinging to the side of the boat. 3 full-size skeletons pull themselves on up. Oh, look at that. 1, 2 of them pop up right next to Slash. And another one is right next to a newly put-together Lenara. A successful Humpty Dumpty over there. Yeah, so the 2 against Slash, they're going to go first.
Oh, boy.
The first one swings at you with this rusty, just like dirty, nasty-ass short sword while he's rattling his jaws at you. And he comes swinging with a 21 to hit.
Fuck.
And rolls max damage. So there's 8 points of piercing damage from my first skeleton.
Still up.
My second one gets a 15 to hit Slash.
That's a hit.
And it does 6 points of piercing damage.
And Slash hits the floor.
Holy shit.
Okay.
Well,
Oh, man.
Not even round 1, like
not
turn 1.
Turn 1. Oh, man. That's all it took?
Yeah, I don't exactly have a lot of health. There's a reason I stay 10 feet back in every combat.
I mean, you
guys
got
have-
hit by the bat once, didn't you?
I did, yeah. That's why I've got lower health.
Yeah, you guys haven't been able to rest since you entered the Mist, and you've been in here a little while. Lenara, do you get hit by a 10?
I do not.
Oh, that is a shame. My third skeleton then takes a swing at Lenara with a rusty short sword, and that's actually going to throw it to you, Lenara. What would you like to do?
Are these skeletons wearing armor?
Yeah, a bunch of them. It's disgusting, and yes, though. Yeah, oh, you're looking because of the cantrip
Because
thing,
of
right?
the
Is that what you're asking?
shocking grasp.
Yeah.
Perfect. Then, since I have no bludgeoning weapons, I'm just going to try and shock the one in front of me.
The one that just came at you?
Yep.
Okay.
Oof. Even with advantage, I rolled a 13.
13 is a hit.
Excellent. Zippity zappy kapow for 3 electricity damage. And I will position myself in front of the cabin that Van Richten is in.
Okay, you guard the entrance to the cabin. Smart move, I like it. Lustra, looks like over half a dozen skeletons are working their way onto this boat, surrounding you, rising up from the water. What are you going to do?
Well, I saw Slash hit the floor, and we kind of need to be at full strength for her to take this down, I feel. So I think what's going to happen is Lustra sees Slash go down, he'll brandish his cudgel, and then he'll go and put a hand on Slash and cast Cure Wounds.
Bringing him right back up. How much do you heal old Slash for?
I rolled a 1 on the die, so that's 3.
3 points. Back in the fight. Slash back in the fight. Lustra, 1 left spell slot. What else do you want to do, Lustra?
Took my action to do that, and all my funny bonus actions doesn't help me, so that's it. That's all I got.
Oh, wait. Roll
Yes.
a D100.
Yes.
Oh no!
Oh no.
Roll a D100. Now, you still could have healed, right? Like, it's
Yeah.
only the one attack, so we don't have to retcon anything. But before we go any further, let's take care of that. D100, see if you love my skellies. I sure do. Join the club.
Not again. Don't do it.
Let's see if I get a boner.
Come on in. Oh, boy.
No, I think we're safe here. We got a 16.
So, we were close.
We were close, but we're good.
Close yet
All right.
still flaccid. All right.
Merlin, what you got? You got a lot of reasons to be angry. Want to take it out on a skeleton?
Yeah, Merlin Bruce Wayne is gonna target, I think, the one that took down Slash with the newfound fury. And yeah, we'll start off with Frank's dagger.
Okay.
Oh man, here we go with 2 stress. Let's see if I land anything.
Some newfound stress.
Rolled an 8. That makes that a 12 to hit.
Still a miss.
Still a miss.
Still a miss,
That's
unfortunately.
unfortunate. Okay, let's try again with the hand axe. Oh, I rolled a 2. I'm not even gonna bother with the mental math on that one.
Oh, that was close.
Yeah. Merlin's just not feeling it yet. He's gotta get back in the groove, and this turn was just wasn't it.
Oh my goodness. Am I gonna kill someone with some fucking CR 1/4 skeletons?
They're just mopping up after the bat that gave Bruce Merlin Wayne his
Oh yeah, he's gonna be
inspiration.
Batman.
Look, you can justify it how you want. Kill's a kill. Kill's a kill in my book.
That's fair.
Here comes some more skeletons climbing up the boat.
If there's one thing we've learned, it's that wolves are the bane of our existence, and what are skeletons if not undead wolves?
Exactly.
That's exactly right, Colin. Here comes a skeleton against Merlin. Another one climbs to the top of the boat, takes a swing at Merlin. Hey, it gets a 2 as well. It copies your roll, so unfortunately that's a miss. Now I've got another one down at the other end of the boat, climbing up and swinging for Lenara again. And I got myself a big old 2-0 on the die.
Shut up.
2-0. Nat 20. Nat 20. Oh. Ouch. That was almost max damage on a crit. Very, very, very close. Very, very close. What's the modifier? 13 against Lenara. 13 to hit.
She is not feeling
13
so hot.
points damage. Slash went out right away.
I'm back up, though.
Giant. That's true. That's true. You are back up. But you took a ton. These things are dishing out some damage for some skellies here. Luckily, Slash, it's on you, and you don't have to do a death save. You're going for a full turn here.
Oh yeah, no, and
Full
Slash.
turn.
Slash is out for blood.
No, he's out of blood.
I mean that too. But he is going to stand to his feet. Hold out both his arms and bring them together, Full Metal Alchemist style, and
Shit.
cast myself a thunder wave.
15-foot cone?
15-foot cube in front of me.
15-foot cube.
Yes.
That's worse. That means all of them are going to get hit.
Indeed, indeed. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. It is a Constitution saving throw, and it is DC 13.
Oh, I've got a pretty good chance on the con. I'm going to go left to right here. The far left, nat 20.
Fuck you.
What the hell, dude?
The middle, it's con.
Yep.
15. And a dirty 20 on the far right.
Wow.
Why are your skeletons gods?
I don't know what's
So,
happening.
he's
I
taking-
swear they're just normal skeletons.
Give me that dice. I want it over here.
So I rolled 7 damage total, so they
Okay.
get to take half that.
All of them take half, so 3 points to each of my skellies.
Hey, that's 9 points of damage.
Yeah.
That's something.
Something to start.
Anything else from Slash here?
Not unless I can bonus action offhand with like a dagger or something.
No. It's only if you take the attack action.
True say. So in which case, no. That's gonna be it for Slash. He's gonna hang tight.
Another skeleton climbs the boat. Lustra, it's swinging for you. 15 to hit Lustra.
That's a miss.
Oh, the breastplate!
The breastplate comes in handy.
Oh, yeah?
Yep.
Oh, cool. That then. I still have some skeletons who haven't gone, but Tess, you've got the higher dex. Your 4 in initiative beats my skeleton 4. So what would you like to do?
I want to step towards the one that is that hasn't quite come to the boat yet. I'm going to try to shatter its fingertips. So if I can get towards one that hasn't moved yet.
Yeah, sure. There's one on the southern end of the boat. There's also one on the western side of the boat. There's some right beside you, though, so you're totally going to get hit if you do. You're taking opportunity attacks, but you do what you want.
Okay. I guess I'll stay where I am and just stand and deliver, take the bone saw, and just try to...
Are you sure? Don't let me talk you out of my skeletons getting an opportunity attack.
You know what? That does sound very, very juicy. I would love to take a bunch of damage, but we'll save that for their turn. Right now, I am going to put this bone saw to use. I should get, like, triple advantage because they're made of bones, right? Yeah?
Yeah, that's how that works.
Oh, excellent. Cool. That is 21 to hit.
It's a hit.
Yeah!
Come on, one shot this bitch.
I mean, maybe. Significant. That's 11 magic slashing with a bone saw.
11 magic slashing with a bone saw. That is the one that got lightninged by Lenara too. Shocking Grasp, I think it was.
Yep.
So those two totals together is enough to make one of my skeletons burst into individual bones that splash into the dark waters.
Cut spine. All right. And I will step over so I am next to Lenara and am going to hit the skeleton with a running knee next to her. Yes, that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Moving towards the middle. Okay, I see where you're going. All right.
Cool.
Knee to the skelly.
All right. Don't accidentally jump off the boat, Colin. 22 to hit.
It's a hit.
For 7 bludgeoning.
Pretty nice chunk of damage. So much damage that once you take into account this whole bludgeoning vulnerability thing these jerks got going on, that's a dead old skelly.
Hey.
2 and 1.
Anything else Tess can do?
Well, I am gonna give everyone some stirring words and just say, let's murder them, all right? And I'll end my turn.
Okay. All right. Yeah, the water towards the back of the boat, the water on the western side of the boat starts to splash around. You still hear some thuds on the bottom. There's more skeletons that haven't gone this turn. More of them.
Oh my god.
How many more? We'll find out next week.
Shut your mouth.
Oh, you guys didn't see it coming that time.
Oh, Lord.
Guess thought we were going to finish that initiative.
Boy can dream.
Suckers.